the system. I can't.
Amanda's doing it.
Okay. Can you do me a favour and just take your glasses off, please? Yeah, just for the purpose of this. Am I all right?
No.
Okay.
Don't touch me.
Okay. If that's the case, I'll have is there a bloke? No. Are you sure you're all right? Okay. So the first thing we're going to do, if we can, put gloves on. Yeah, if we've got gloves for this. Okay, and then we're going to start at the head and work our way down. Remember, we've checked, done the ABCs. So we checked Dr. ABC, danger. Yeah. What's the R? Then, just before that.
Breathing.
No, just before that. What have we got to?
Danger.
Danger, response.
Danger response.
Airways.
Just before airways.
Talk to them and see if you get
Oh,
What have we got to do?
Oh.
Thank you. Yeah.
There we go.
Don't forget to shout for help. All right.
Someone's listening.
Then, airways, breathing,
Circulation.
circulation. Okay, I've done that. All right. I'm happy that this lady here is breathing. Okay, but she's unconscious. So we need to find out the reason why she's down there. So remember, we start off at the head and we work our way down the body. Okay. So we come over, yeah, and we explain what we're doing. All right. So I'm just going to touch your head. I'm just feeling for any lumps and bumps and stuff that shouldn't be there. Okay. I'm looking in the ears just to make sure nothing's coming out of it. Remember the cerebral fluid? Yeah. Again, I'm just looking at the eyes, making sure I'm getting some sort of reaction. I'm checking the whites of the eyes. Okay. Checking down the nose. All right. Making sure that it's still in place and it hasn't broken. Checking around the jaw. Same as making sure that it's still in place and it hasn't been dislocated. From here, I'm going to go down to the neck. Okay. So my hands can go underneath the neck. I'm going to look at my gloves to make sure that there's no blood or anything on there. Okay. Have a look just at the bottom of the neck, yeah, just to make sure there's no necklace, because if there is, it could be an SOS band, and that again could tell us the reason why they're down there. All right. And then we go down the centre of the chest, the sternum. Okay. Knife point edge of your hand. Okay. And all we're going to do is press down. By pressing down, I'm just making sure, yeah, that my hand doesn't go over to one side or the other, okay? If it does, it can tell me that they've got a broken bone, yeah, or one of the ribs has popped out, so it'll lean over. Once I've got down to there, then I'm going to look at the tummy, okay? Again, with the tummy, we're going to break it up into 4 quadrants, yeah? We'll put like a little cross on there, yeah? This is just in our mind. And then I'm just going to press down. You don't need a wee, do you? No, that's okay. Right, press down, right, onto the tummy, yeah, and it's just a gentle press. Okay, and I'm feeling for any guarding or ballooning. Remember, ballooning is like someone's blown up a balloon and it's underneath the skin, and that's what I'm feeling for. Okay, guarding is where I press down and something flicks your finger away. Fantastic. Okay, now I've got down to the hips. I need to come back and just make sure she's still breathing. There's no point in me carrying on if she stopped breathing.
So the ballooning could indicate like internal injury.
It could, yeah. So I'll come back, make sure she's still breathing. Yeah, still breathing, quite happy. All right, then I'm going to carry on. Remember what I said about the hips? We don't grab hold of the hips and move the hips anymore. Okay, what we're doing is looking at them and looking at the feet, making sure the feet are the same length. Yeah, I haven't got one that's longer than the other. All right, so I'm quite happy there. Now, for the purpose of this, I'm not going to start at the groin, but normally you'd start up right up at the groin area and work your way down. So you start at the top of the leg and you come down the leg, and you're feeling round the leg just to make sure that there's no bones sticking out. They haven't broken the bones. Yeah, and also looking at my gloves and making sure there's no blood on there. Okay, because if they've got a cut on the legs and that's the reason why they're on the floor, I might need to investigate a little bit further. Yeah, so this is where I might have to pull the bottom of the leg up. Yeah, bottom of the trousers up so I can see the bottom of the leg. Yeah, or wherever the cut is. Have a look at the soles of the feet. Okay, again, I'm looking to see if there's any burn marks, because if they've been electrocuted, yeah, as well as a burn on the finger, there could be a burn on the bottom of the sole. Yeah, so that's what I'm looking for. Do the same with the other leg. Okay, and then down to the arms. With the arms, we start at the top and we'll work our way down. And we're just gently, rather than a pulling motion, it's more of a squeezing motion. And it's just gently just going round, okay? All the way down to the fingertips, okay? checking the wrist and making sure that there's nothing there, yeah, so they haven't got a band on or anything that says the SOS. Same on the other hand, so I'll come down. Okay. Now, I'm now going to put them in the recovery position.
We just
okay?
do the head bit again.
The head.
What did you do? Sorry.
I started off at the head,
Yeah.
yeah, so my palms,
Yeah.
yeah, and all I'm doing is pressing down.
Right, and then
Just
round
gently.
and then round the neck.
Yeah.
Right.
So from there, ears, eyes, nose, jaw, and
And
around
neck.
the back of the neck.
Right.
So this
Okay.
is just so that you can then tell the ambulance when
That's
they know
right.
what's going on.
Yeah. So that you can say to the ambulance, right, I've done a top to toe survey eventually.
In the corner.
Yeah, I've done a top to toe survey, and this is what I found. Okay. Again, they'll probably do exactly the same. But if they know what you, if you said, oh, they've got ballooning in the tummy,
Yeah, it's helpful, isn't it?
again, they'll go straight to the tummy,
Yeah.
and they'll feel that then first.
Yeah.
Okay. Or if, yeah, their eyes, yeah, they've got blood in their eyes. Okay. Again, they'll go straight to the eyes and they'll check it. Right. Okay, we know what we're thinking about. Okay. Because again, it's just a matter of you're like a detective. That's all you're doing. I'm trying to find out the reason why they're down there. Okay. So we're now going to put them into the recovery position. So the arm that's closest to us, yeah, is going to go into the how position. So it comes back like this. All right. We don't force it. So if it won't go there, yeah, we just put it out to the side slightly. Okay, where is comfortable. The hand that's furthest away from us, with my right hand, because my right hand's closest to the head. If it was the opposite way around, it would be my left hand. Yeah? My right hand's closest to the head, so we're going to get hold of the thumb, and then I can move them around. Okay, so from here, even though they're unconscious, yeah, so everything all relaxes, I can still move their hand around. Okay, I'm going to put the back of this hand against the cheek. I make sure there's no rings on the fingers, and if there is, I'm just going to turn it round so they don't scratch themselves. Yeah, so I don't want this big diamond going in the back of your cheek. Okay, so it comes over like that. Now my fingers can actually hold onto the neck. So I've got hold of the thumb, I've got hold of the neck. So when I move her over in a minute, her neck's going to stay nice and straight. Get to the knee of the leg opposite you. Okay, so the leg that's furthest away from you, I'm just going to get to the knee. I'm just going to bend at the knee and then hold on to the top of the leg. And then from here, I'm just going to press down here on the side of the knee. And this will then allow them to move over. Okay, we're going to turn them over. That's great. Put the head down gently and make sure they've got an open airway. And then I can move away. Their chest is off the ground. Okay, I make sure that they're still breathing. Okay, they're still breathing. And now I can look at the backs that I missed, that I couldn't get to before. Yeah, so I can just look down and make sure that everything's okay. This point, I can now leave them and phone the ambulance. Okay, so if you remember, when we did, for somebody, you can get up now, thank you, unless you stay there if you want. If you remember, we did Dr. ABC, and we found that somebody wasn't breathing, and that's when we started doing the chest compressions. Yeah, before we did the chest compressions, we went off and phoned the ambulance. If somebody is breathing, we've got to do this first, put them in the recovery position, then phone the ambulance. Okay, is everybody with us on that?
Yeah.
Okay, so we start off Dr. ABC with anybody. Okay, if they're not breathing, we leave them where they are and phone the ambulance. If they are breathing, we do the top to toe survey, put them in the recovery position, then go and phone the ambulance. As soon as we phone the ambulance, we come straight back and we stay with them. Okay, what was the length of time that they had to stay on this side for?
30 minutes.
30 minutes, fantastic. Okay.
Does it matter which side you put them on?
Normally we look at where the injuries are. If they've got injuries,
on this side, you do it
yeah.
on the other side.
No, if the injuries, whichever side the injury, that goes down.
Yeah.
So they're lying on the injury.
Right.
Okay. So that the good side, yeah, isn't impeded. Yeah. So it isn't hasn't got problems regarding the bad side.
Right.
Okay.
What about if they're pregnant though? Like when you're pregnant?
Okay. So someone's pregnant normally goes onto the left hand side.
Yeah, you
Okay.
can't do it on the right, can you, because of the vein?
That's right.
Because of the what? Because of the vein. you can't put them on the right because otherwise it bursts the baby.
Because where baby
Oh,
sits,
right.
yeah, baby can then lean onto the cord, yeah, which will then
Oh,
it
right.
stops the blood flow to the baby. I can actually kill the baby.
Right. I
Okay.
didn't know that was always on that one side.
So yeah, we always send them over to the left.